G down here, which is going to help their lane quite a bit. That's why GH going to make the
lane, trying to go for the kill onto Kuro, but S4 is taking a ton of physical damage. They do finally finish up that support, but losing S4 in return. Miracle with the Metamorphosis pushes back Crit as well. And look at the Treants trying to get in position to block him in. Fortunately, Crit is wise to that. We'll just TP out instead.
S4 just trades out a little bit as Matama Man going to deal quite a bit of damage here to Sumail. Now still 25 CS, doing just fine in this mid lane when it comes to that.
Yeah. You said this is about the time that you're going to see the Viper really trying to put the pressure onto that Timbersaw. First stun coming out onto Arteezy. Kuro is actually going to TP in, letting Helping Hand. He needs to be able to get to the trees, but thanks to Kuro cutting down some of those trees, there's no quick escape for the Spectre.
And that is going to hurt things a little bit. As EG going to try to reset off of this Kuro. Can of course just use a teleport scroll up to that top lane. And this is the benefit of having a support Nature's Prophet, is he can be everywhere. It doesn't cost you anything to make these rotations. You're not going to sell out your safe lane player. But instead, he's going to make that rotation towards mid lane. They do know it's coming. You saw the line has been drawn by Fly. Yeah. Sumail doesn't seem that concerned, though, about a Nature's Prophet making a rotation. Yeah, it's just more physical damage. There's no stun, there's no heavy burst of magic damage, and that would be the two things that would actually threaten a Timbersaw. So I'm not entirely sure what Kuro is planning here. Maybe
top lane,
S4?
Reflection, now the TP coming in from Kuro, managed to get the treants in front of S4. Look at those body blocks, managed to eat through the tree though. S4, thanks to the Quelling Blade, does manage to get a little bit distance. It's going to be a close call, but the Curse Crown, Kuro had to stay away from that one and will miss out on the kill on S4 as a result.
Ooh, I feel like they should have been able to get one of those, but they split targets. You saw GH went on a crit.
Will shine together though, so really no momentum loss for S4 and Crit. They immediately smoke up and are going to try and push into the high ground here.
Maybe a kill on Miracle is possible. He still doesn't have meta. They might not anticipate this as S4 trying to find the angle around. He's going to leave. The crit for just good measure as Sumail pushing Matama Man out of this lane so far.
Yeah, Sumail, look at him. He's just getting damage onto that mid tower now.
He's got 4 levels of the reactive armor. It's so hard for Matama Man to do anything about this.
Lane, they're going to go for the kill onto S4, who's only level 5, so the Metamorphosis, yeah, good job with the tree. And just making sure he's not going anywhere. Gives the kill to Miracle, who really needs that.
Commit a little bit more to the creep wave. He doesn't want it happening around that tree line because Arteezy will just pop that wand, immediately dagger downwards.
Right. That's why Kuro really helps out by being able to kill some of those trees.
You see he's just waiting to see if Arteezy does push forward at
Brambles actually snagged him. Immediate TP out from GH. Gonna be close call though. The magic damage is too much. That Shadow Realm. Crit has picked up so many kills that he is actually over-leveled at this point. He's level 5.
He's level 5 and he's already got the components of heals coming.
Deal placement.
Who's the ulting
Jump
towards?
where once he's going to go for mind control. He doesn't see anywhere else to go because everyone else is inside the dire base. So Arteezy, he had nowhere to be able to run to.
Liquid, they get a huge kill. They needed some sort of pressure onto Arteezy. They brought Kuro gonna run into the courier, immediately gonna TP out. The S4 just continues to push that top lane.
Free regen room for crit. Nothing ever happened.
The way
And he dodges it. Regen stays alive.
the all chat immediately after. And Crit's feeling this game right now. 4-0-3. He's been a part of every single kill on the side of EG.
He does have the Bedlam. This is why Miracle's staying underneath the creep wave to make sure that that Bedlam damage is going to be split. He had isolated himself there. He would have been run down and maybe would have died. S4, thanks to the fact that he has reincarnation or can level it, he can just aggressively push in the top lane until somebody from Liquid addresses his heavy farming.
Liquid. They are going to bring heroes up here. They're smoked up. GH doesn't have the ult though. He sees Crit on the low ground, but Crit would be the worst target. And always just Shadow Realm TP, and that's why Liquid immediately going to give up on this. And a gank attempt foiled by Crit's great positioning.
The double wards that they have aggressively placed it in that area to be able to see the kind of heavy rotations that would be required to kill that Wraith King.
And I like this. What they're trying to do is they're protecting the Wraith King's farm more than they are protecting Arteezy's farm. I think they realize that the Wraith King is going to be their mid-game hero. As look at this GH.
That Bedlam doing so much damage. Tries to juke it out. The Shadow Realm will finish him off. TP away, and they have no stuns. So Crit will be fine. He
Crit
kills the support and gets the space.
Still a part of every single kill on his team.
That is incredibly impressive.
You need all-star performances like this to win games at the International this late in.
Yeah.
He is showing off at this point.
Blink Dagger being built by S4. Smail continues to push in this bottom lane. Working towards a Bloodstone, could be slowed down here. Now he does have Timber Chain, so we'll be able to get some distance away with Brewlings. Will run him down. First comes the stun, next comes the Magic Missile. Now he's super tanky, but it looks like with that extra damage coming out from Viper, he doesn't really stand a chance.
It's just gonna be another death for him.
It's heavy commitment every single time by Liquid, but seeing as Smail has farmed up so much, it's really worth it.
Yeah, it's a costly death every single time. He's second in net worth on his team. That's going to pump up this Viper quite a bit. We're used to seeing Matoma Man sacked for the most part, but in this game, it's going to be... most part, but in this game, it's going to be... But still, look at the space that he's made. Back-to-back deaths on the GH in the same exact spot.
Yeah, but he gave up 441 gold to this Viper. Matoma Man, who is already top of the network chart, is 4-0-0.
EG, they're just going to continue to farm. It's similar to last game, but the difference, I think, what he said in their lineups is that Liquid have some ways to get to the...
The Terrorblade versus Spectre matchup is one of those really interesting ones, right? Because the Spectre is kind of looked at as a classic big late game hero. Crit is going to try and go for mind control now with the Cursed Crown. It's going to be a pretty close call with the Shadow Realm, not quite doing enough. mind control, managed to run away. The Terrorize comes out now, but Miracle dodges it, gets the kill. The dagger comes out. That's not enough to be able to kill mind control. They swap away, trying to get him away from Sumail as quick as possible. Now Arteezy actually jumps over to Kuro, but he will be able to TP out. Sumail has to retreat, failing to be able to get the much-needed kill onto Miracle.
Arteezy surveying the field, stuck up there for a second, but now going to come down. Did throw a dagger into that brew. Mind control, he's almost got blink.
That blink dagger is going to be very massive because Liquid were kind of missing that sort of great initiation. Of course, Evil Geniuses will be able to get the same in S4. Kuro TPing in from behind, will be able to get the Sprout on the fly. Now just needs to keep the tree in front of the opposing captain. Will be able to do it for a while. Mind control now blinks in. Looking to be able to turn it around with the Chain Frost, but there goes that Brewmaster ultimate. The Brewlings come out and are now hunting for S4, but he's already blinked away deeper into the trees.
And he's gone high. They are pinging around that area, but no way to get there. So they're going to give up on that chase, and instead they go for the TP bottom, waiting for Sumail, who still really have a defensive item. Has to be careful, but Miracle just picking up bounty runes instead.
Crit is always hunting in the enemy jungle. Now he's going to run into mind control, manage to get the Curse Crown. This is going to be a big time kill. Snagged by the Brambles as well. Here comes that Bedlam. And Kuro actually trying to tank up some of the damage with the TP in, but with S4 finally showing himself, this could be bad. They managed to get the Sprout onto Crit, doing the big hit from that Wrath of Nature. Now S4 is the one who's in no man's land here. He's going to get swapped back into that shrine, not right next to Miracle. A blast comes in. Kuro's already dead, but Miracle still wants this kill on S4, managed to get that Sunder out. An easy pickup for Miracle. Top of the network chart now at 7K.
EG, all three cores, continue to play away from each other. They're just trying to get as much farm as they can. It doesn't look like they really care that they can't approach team fights. They're approaching this game similar to the way that they did last game. But I feel like Liquid, they have better ways to control, they have better team fight, and they have an all-encompassing late game hero. But we did see the Terrorblade lose against the Spectre in the previous series alone, so can't really rest on that.
Why gonna run into a double damage Matumba Man? That's gotta hurt. They won't be able to do much with that as S4 and Sumail are approaching.
That is the benefit here for EG, is that they haven't lost this mid tower, so map control is still in their favor. Arteezy still able to farm relatively easily wherever he wants. He's got a big item flying towards him in the Yasha. That'll help his farm speed by quite a bit. Maybe they can even start to get him a little bit more involved. They do have the Blink Dagger on S4.
Found Matumba Man, he was already low. Now he's gonna be hit with a Curse
Crown.
A huge streak down the Shadow Realm, a big time streak. Picked up by Crit. Last time around, he gave the Viper 400 gold. Now he reclaims that big kill bounty, 922 gold to him.
I honestly kind of forgot that other EG heroes exist. Because Crit 7, 3, and 5 has still been a part of every single one of his team's kills. He's been getting it done in this mid game while his team is greeting it up. They haven't really had to react because he's sort of just done it all. Yeah. He's found supports, he's found cores.
First he starts off with the aggressive wards and plays inside the jungle, then they get some sentries down to make sure there's no extra vision right next to those shrine areas, and Chris just being able to play entirely free.
They're gonna back up. They want to try to just run Liquid around, deny the fights, allow Arteezy to get farm. This is the strategy that they want to employ. So far so good, as he hasn't been touched, but on the flip side of things, you do have a Terrorblade that is farming a lot faster. They're working towards the same goals, but Terrorblade's gonna get there a lot sooner.
Evil Geniuses invading into that off lane of jungle, the common triangle of farm, and that's exactly where Miracle is. They're going to throw everything they have at him, make sure he doesn't get an opportunity to Sunder. Now the Spectre popped the ultimate as well, seeing the rest of the Liquid heroes. Sumail does not want to go down into that low ground. They're happy with just the simple pickoff that they got, especially with all the items that are rolling in, and now Sumail getting his first Bloodstone charge of the game.
Sumail still holds this high ground area. Liquid, they're waiting for Miracle to be up before they take any sort of fight. They should be aware that there is a ward here. As they find another catch here.
They're gonna try and save Kuro. GH is coming in, but he's going to be far too late. It's going to be in the mid lane where they start going in for S4. The Brewmaster ultimate already out. S4 burned out.
Sumail's got to be careful here. Panda does spot him. Everyone's starting to come in.
Tornado into the drop down, into the stun, but Man's a little bit far. And he's actually going to go for the tower instead. They're just going to try and push Sumail back, take that objective, but there was still a glyph available. And now Liquid have realized they may have overextended themselves. They can't get caught here. Evil Geniuses, they do bring Crit in a long-range Bramble, snags Man. But instead, it's going to be a deny on that mid tower.
Instead, Miracle just going to go back to farming these ancient stacks. He's so far ahead of the rest of the pack.
It's funny, Evil Geniuses, they saw that big ancient stack, and I think that's in part why they wanted to be able to take over that area, but don't have anybody be able to farm it, so. Miracle takes it for himself. You were talking about the farming speed.
Crit, if you could find him here, he's got the Yule Scepter. They have so many ways to kill him if Crit gets on top of him.
Yeah, without the Manta, he can't dispel that Cursed Crown. They spot
Crit,
him
he
now.
sees him.
And Miracle trying to run right through him, not going to be able to make it out. The Cursed Crown into the Terrorize again. Has to deny the Sunder at all costs.
Crit getting the last hit for that. Very well deserved. He almost has a Blink Dagger on top of that Yule's. His cores.
He just had the Yule Scepter too.
Yeah, if you click on the cores right now, Arteezy is 0-2-1. Timbersaw is in a similar position. They were only really a part of that one kill.
Meanwhile, Crit has picked up so much that he's actually keeping pace in net worth with the Brewmaster.
9-3-6. This guy has turned it up for this game. He knows that his cores can't really help out, so he's just getting it done by himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With Miracle dead and a push coming in the top lane. Evil Geniuses try and pursue through mid. They actually knew that GH was going to be sitting here in the back line. They will be able to catch him once again. Crit just cannot seem to stop. He will be able to pick up that kill. Maybe no. He actually gets stopped the TP. GH lives with stick charges there, and looks like Crit finally got a bit too aggressive.
But if they can get the Roshan here, he might have just bought them enough space to do this instead. And this would be a big pickup on EG. Their team doesn't really take objectives the best.
Certainly would, that Chakram. The physical damage is allowing them to do a lot of work here. And it seems like Liquid have no idea, so that's going to be an Aegis for the Arteezy Spectre now, who also has his Manta complete.
It's surprising that they were able to be the first team to pick it up.
Yes.
You wouldn't expect it out of their lineup. That's why Liquid had no idea that this was happening. Instead, they're going to just reset, allow Miracle to just pick up farm.
It's funny how in the match between these two teams, the net worth difference between the two really never extends too far one way or the other through the laning phase. It goes to show how evenly matched these two teams are. Yule Scepter now for Sumail. Give them even more survivability. Crit setting up at the bottom lane. His team might want to mass TP in if he gets a good Terrorize in. Has to be careful though. Shadow Realm will dodge the Magic Missile. First round taken off by the Manta. They take the tier 2.
They're just going to go for the trade instead, as similar to last game, both teams not really willing to engage us.
The blink of the high ground, they have the vision, they're going to be able to catch Kuro. The TP is coming in, the Glimmer Cape's not going to be enough to save Mind Control. It's going to slow down S4, who on this high ground area is going to be kind of
stuck.
The Spectre comes in, and he immediately goes for GH. He does have that Aegis, but doesn't want to lose his life. And Miracle, he died on the left-hand side. GH tries to be able to get the kill in and finally managed to kill S4, but that's not good actually. It slows them down, but Man's going to turn and fight. Then throw the Viper Strike onto S4. They will be able to claim that second line. Mind Control comes back in immediately. Cursed Crown into Yule Scepter into the Brambles. He's going to be taken out of this fight. It's the Man they want to be able to focus down. In the meanwhile, while Sumail, he'll deal with that strength hero. Mind Control hit by another Brambles, and Terrorize was still available for Crit as well. Wiped out of existence, Liquid.
This is right in front of their base. They still have the Manta. They still have the Aegis EG. They're going to consider continuing to go forward. It's Miracle going to spawn in 12 seconds, but that's a huge win for them, especially on the Shrine side of Liquid. They didn't burn the Aegis for that either. As Sumail climbs his way to the top of the net worth charts.
21 Bloodstone charges for Sumail's Timbersaw. He is just going to be out of control now. With all that mana regen that he has, he could just constantly stay on the map farming.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Diffuse Blade is going to be coming in for Arteezy pretty soon, as well as his level 3 ult.
The Blink Dagger going to be completed by Crit. It's going to be a big item pickup for him. And he's very easy to watch in this game because he's been setting up everything for his team. Everybody else just filtering in behind him as Liquid. It's now their turn. Doesn't really seem like they know where to take the fights.
It does kind of seem like they've been letting Evil Geniuses set the pace. What does Liquid need to do to kind of take control of this game again?
I feel like they need to be more active with this brew split. It feels like they were way too content allowing Miracle to just farm hit creeps. They're getting lulled into sleep by this EG team, and EG just comes up with bursts of aggression. That's why these games feel really weird, where you see a lot of kills, but you don't really see team fights, because that's why EG, that's the way that they want to play. They want to just be able to pick you apart, get 1 or 2 kills at a time, never engage you in straight 5-on-5s. And I think Liquid is so used to that 5-on-5 style.
Crit, gonna be hit by the Viper Strike before he can actually get the Shadow Realm off. That's gonna be a lot of damage over time, but he still has the Yule Scepter. Yules goes out, and they actually get a Yules onto the Viper as well. He managed to blink himself away.
Just gonna get out and reset things for his team again, as Sumail doing the same. Drive by Yules to save his support. And this is what I mean. EG are just frustrating them. They're running them around the map, not really giving them the opportunity to get into these straight-on fights.
They will get 3 out of 4 of the bounty runes, though, for Liquid. And they do have the Nature's Prophet. I'm presuming part of the reason they grabbed this support Nature's Prophet, is because of Evil Geniuses and the style of split pushing that they presented in that first game.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted a hero to be able to catch the waves, push them in, because that's all really EG's going for.
Yeah. Then they also have a lot more catch than they did last time with the Vengeful Spirit as well as the Brewmaster.
And look, again, they're just trying to find this one-off pick-off, and they might do so.
Terrorize. They don't want to let him get off the Primal Split. It's going to be all important to blow up this Brewmaster, and they do manage to get him. Now Matama with his BKB down, trying to go for his support, but so much physical damage. The swap back, Matama Man heading to the Shrine, activates it now, but Evil Genius are still in hot pursuit with the Curse Crown into the Yule Scepter, straight up route. S4, he'll take down Matama Man with the help of Crit. 4 dead once again from Liquid, as it looks like even Kuro was caught by RTZ.
They're doing this right in front of their base, and so Sumail gonna force out the buybacks, 2 on the side of Liquid, and now it's a 5k lead. This is what I'm talking about. Never give Liquid the ability to get into this 5-on-5 fight with this brew split. Keep splitting them apart, finding 1 hero, 2 heroes at a time. EG's doing such a good job of that in consecutive games.
Liquid finally pick up the BKB for Miracle. That's a significant show of power for them in these next couple of team fights. But as you're saying, they're not actually getting any of those team fights. Liquid just getting picked and split pushed apart constantly. And Evil Genius is always there to collect when a hero gets a bit out of position.
And this is what Liquid does best. They force fights on you, they outplay you in these team fights, they out-spellcast you. You give GH the ability to make big plays. Well, if you take that away, you run them around the map, you make it frustrating for them to take any sort of engagements. Severely hampers them as they're going to go on to Sumail.
Oh no, he actually threw out the Yule Scepter. He managed to get the chain through, taking off that Yule Scepter. Still going to be caught though. Thankfully, the Viper very strong against that Timbersaw with the break mechanic.
Had the Bloodstone deny, but opts not to use it.
Thought that maybe he could get out in time, but we'll be coming back pretty shortly here. Thanks to all those charges he racked up. And
Once again,
they have so much catch. Look at how Kuro, okay, he's got the Glimmer Cape and Dark Willow. I think Crit saw the TP in maybe of the Brewmaster.
Yeah, GH is here.
Might still get caught. 3 seconds until the blink this up. Sprouted in, and an Urn is going to be able to stop him. He has the Shadow Realm, but they just need to be able to get AoE damage to prevent that Blink Dagger from coming up. The Terrorine's going to be thrown down. No, it's not. Liquid. Now it's their turn to be able to get a couple pickoffs. Now they can actually push out some of the lanes. Unfortunately for them, no Roshan available just yet.
Sumail and S4 trying to keep their streaks alive right now. They want to be able to be the first team, first 2 players to repeat as TI champions, and Liquid trying to keep their hopes of being repeat champions alive too, as Miracle has the BKB. They want to take this fight now. Any sort of pickoff, and I think Liquid's just going to go for it.
Yeah.
They're getting frustrated around the map. They don't want to play this style of EGs where they just get 1 kill at a time, get picked apart. You have to press the issue at some point in this game.
But it seems like now is not the time. With the top lane pushing into their base, bottom tier 2 is being threatened as well. They do spot S4. This could be a really good pick off, but S4 has already retreated deep into the trees. They have the vision down, and Kuro knows about that because the skeletons started aggroing onto him. He was the closest hero available on the map, so he knew the ward was there. They take it out.
S4 still a little bit reluctant to TP out, but Kuro sends out the trees. A little bit too late, and EG gathering up around this Roche Pit area. They want to just continue this style, frustrate Liquid, don't give them the ability to 5-on-5 against you.
And playing those sides of the map, that is really important part of the way Evil Geniuses is split pushing, right? There's a reason that S4 was a little bit hesitant to blink, to just TP out. You've got to maintain constant pressure on those side lanes, and being able to hide away into the trees and dodge the attempted ganks is an integral part of that.
Yeah, if anybody's going to hit neutral creeps, it's going to be RTZ. If you're the Timbersaw and you're the Wraith King in this game, you're just going to push sides out.
Not to worry, everybody, as we're going to give you the audio cast now. It's Liquid.
Yo, they're roaching, by the way.
They're sneaking into roach trap, guys. Don't worry. You're not missing anything important.
Just trust us.
30-minute room. Go back in. Fly. He managed to get the chain frost out. We'll be able to bounce around. The Terrorize controlling us. Mind control. S4 is right in the middle of all these support managed to blow up Kuro already. Now with the BKBs activated on both Miracle and Matumba Man next to the shrine, they will be able to take down the first life of S4. RTZ, he came in with his ultimate, activated his BKB, but he's being beaten back by Miracle. But now, with that magic immunity gone from the BKB, Miracle's going to be a little bit exposed. The magic damage coming in.
Caught Sunder.
Fuel Scepter out. Needs to be able to get the Sunder. He doesn't get it. Might get it. He's going to be executed some mail. They fight mind control with the Chakram. Now mind control. That's fine. Well, that's 4 or 5 dead from Liquid. And now they're the ones heading into the Roshan pit.
As EG, they pick up 5 heroes. Kuro goes for the buyback. They're up 8k now. They're going to get the Aegis and the cheese. Aegis going to go the way of RTZ, and another teamfight win for them. Starting on their terms once again.
Aegis for RTZ.
They are inching closer and closer to this win. Fly gonna run into Kuroki.
Fly has nothing to stop him.
Gonna throw down the sentry ward though. Get the D ward off almost immediately. Sumail called himself king once. But you gotta knock off the defending champions if you want to hold that title.
11,000 gold lead. Evil Geniuses getting very close to being able to secure that 2-0. After such a tremendous win around that Roshan pit, they're now going to be able to take that remaining outer objective into tier 2. But breaking the high ground, that's going to be a different kind of task for Evil Geniuses. This Team Liquid, they do have some pretty good high ground defense. You've got the swamp back there, the Vengeful Spirit, the split pushing power of the Nature's Prophet.
You don't want to be in this position when you have the aggressive lineup.
Yeah.
The only person that's really going to scale into the late game in this game is this Terrorblade. Viper, not the best hard-hitting core, especially not against Liquid's, against EG's heroes. 12k down, 31 minutes in. That feeling of dread is going to start to stick.
S4 going to try and go on Matumba Man. The Terrorize comes out, preventing the BKB. And so much.
The jump forward.
Now RTZ is going to look for more. Goes for GH, activates the BKB of his own. Yule Scepter going out onto GH, holding him in place long enough for Sumail to be able to get there and help RTZ claim the kill. Now they're going to go for the tier 3 with the skeletons out. They do a lot of pushing power.
And Kuro going to try to catch the wave, do whatever he can to hold on. But Liquid, they can only watch as EG hit their racks.
That is going to be the first lane. Liquid now going to come in with mind control. But no! Scepter, can they burst him down? The Brambles are out. He's gone, but he's gone. No Primal Split, no buyback available. Miracle's going to have to do it all by himself, but his Lucian's already gone. And Miracle himself has to retreat as he knows his BKB timing is limited. With no allies to support him, he has to watch Evil Geniuses take not 1 lane of Rex, but now 2.
And Liquid, they can feel their hopes dwindling. This crowd, they sense an EG. 17k up, 2 racks.
The EG chance have begun. Look at Sumail. He immediately tries to TP up to that top lane to prevent any split pushing from Miracle.
They're playing for the win here, trying to get these mega creeps. Liquid, what is your response?
20 seconds until the Brewmaster is back up. He is so important to be able to take the team fights for Liquid. Evil Geniuses, will they stick around? They have the Aegis still on RTZ. They can
just gonna go back in.
Jump in with the side device. They manage to grab Matumba Man, and they will be able to take him out to Sunder. Miracle, he makes a ball. He doesn't have BKB. Out for the Terrorize coming in. He managed to man to force that man back to the fountain. He goes. He will be able to reach in up, but Matumba Man just cannot gave him the extra life, but it didn't seem to matter. Arteezy will drop the Aegis now. Liquid, they need to control this carry. They need to take him out, but Samel's already jumped in, looking to be able to get the kill on the Crow with the pullback of the shotgun. Will be able to take him out, swap back, and Arteezy still managed to find Miracle. He buys back, but now GH is dead as well. It's only Miracle and Mind Control trying to stand their ground with a practical split. Samel comes in, trying to take away all these brewlings. Their damage is going out onto Samel right now, but still at 4 on the front line. Willman's going to start on the Miracle. He's low. Second time, the BKB activated. S4's almost dead. Mind Control's trying to finish him up. Arteezy's also low, but Mind Control has no damage. Cut down by the Timbersaw. The Whirling Death takes the Strength Hero down to size, and now the Raxes are exposed. The tier 3 is gone. Mind Control buying back. And HTP managed to get the flap in, and Arteezy's a little bit low. He just gets bursted down so quickly. That side. Now the reincarnation is slowing down. Miracle tries Miracle. God, GG is called. Liquid. They fall to Evil Geniuses. EG hold true to their promise that they would. 2-0 Liquid on the main stage.
EG securing themselves a top 3 finish at minimum. They're going to move on to fight against a PSG LGD squad that they 2-0'd in the group stage, and they might just find that rematch against OG that they're waiting for.
Unbelievable, such a dominant performance by Evil Geniuses. It seems like they truly did figure something out. A way to be able to beat Liquid, their split-pushing, greedy style that Evil Geniuses has been known for years. They crack the code, figure a way to...
last year, and they looked this year to make it the 2-time, but Evil Geniuses, they denied that opportunity.
And Sumail and S4, they keep their hopes alive of being the first to repeat as TI champions, as you see them swap Boba. It wasn't the cleanest of hugs, but it works.
The goons of Evil Geniuses, ecstatic to be moving on to the final day. We wrap up our day, Evil Geniuses and Liquid. We have to say goodbye to Liquid now. Evil Geniuses will be heading to that final day. The panel will bring